ADW Hatred Slam 27th show of 2022 by Colton Dennis. The crowd is cheering. Hello everyone and welcome to the 27th show of Hatred Slam. And tonight we have some big matches in store, said announcer number 1. Yeah, usually we have the champions defend their titles at the pay-per-views. But tonight for the first time ever, I believe, the champions will defend their titles on Hatred Slam, said announcer number 2. And also, Ann Dennis said her and James have a surprise for the next pay-per-view. And I can't wait to find out, said announcer number 1. Oh, me either. But I don't know what I'm more excited about, their news or the matches, said announcer number 2. Well, before you burst, I say, we head down to the ring for our first match, said announcer number 1. I'm ready, said announcer number 2. Beldings. This match is scheduled for one fall, is a steel cage match, and is for the XX Championship. Introducing the challengers first, Twinkle. And her opponent, she is the XX champion, Moxie, said announcer number 3. Moxie raises her title then hands it to referee number 1. Referee number 1 raises the title, walks towards the ropes, goes through the middle of them then walks down the steel stairs. The cage door shuts. Beldings. Twinkle quickly climbs up the ropes. Moxie runs, grabs Twinkle's leg then pulls her onto the mat. Twinkle lands onto her feet, punches Moxie then runs towards the opposite side of the ring. Twinkle is trying to make a quick escape, said announcer number 1. Wouldn't you, if you were in there with Moxie? Asked announcer number 2. Twinkle is climbing up the ropes. Moxie hits Twinkle's back. Twinkle groans. Moxie climbs up the ropes then punches Twinkle. Twinkle groans. Again. Moxie grabs Twinkle's head, then bounces it off the cage wall. Twinkle groans. Moxie throws Twinkle off of the top rope. Twinkle lands onto the mat, then groans. That is a far way down, said announcer number 1. Moxie starts climbing up the cage wall then looks down at Twinkle. Twinkle is laying in the middle of the ring. What's Moxie thinking? Asked announcer number 2. Moxie turns around on the top rope, jumps off of it, then goes for elbow drop onto Twinkle. Twinkle moves. Moxie's elbow lands onto the mat. She groans then holds her right elbow. Moxie missed her elbow drop, said announcer number 2. Is this Twinkle's chance? Asked announcer number 1. Twinkle slowly stands up then walks towards the cage door. Open it, said Twinkle. The cage door opens. Twinkle starts going through the middle rope. Moxie stands up, runs then hits Twinkle. Twinkle groans. Moxie pulls Twinkle back through the middle rope then shoves her. Twinkle falls onto the mat then looks up at Moxie. Come on, your freedom's right there, said Moxie. Twinkle looks at Moxie at the open cage door then crawls between Moxie's legs. Moxie grabs Twinkle's left leg. Twinkle is trying to crawl towards the cage door. The cage door shuts. Moxie is holding onto Twinkle's left leg. Twinkle tries reaching for the ropes. Moxie pulls Twinkle backwards. Twinkle turns onto her back then pushes Moxie with her legs. Moxie goes into the ropes then walks forwards. Twinkle wraps her arms around Moxie then rolls her up. This ain't a pinning match, said announcer number 2. Moxie breaks pinfall. Both Moxie and the Winkle stand up. Moxie goes to clothesline Twinkle. Twinkle ducks, runs, jumps onto ropes then climbs up the cage wall. Moxie runs then grabs Twinkle's right leg. Twinkle tries kicking Moxie. Moxie pulls Twinkle down. Twinkle is holding onto the cage wall. Moxie needs to find a way to keep Twinkle away from the cage walls, said announcer number 1. Moxie continues pulling onto Twinkle's right leg. Twinkle is struggling. Moxie pulls hard onto Twinkle's right leg, then does a quick powerbomb onto her. Oh my god. Moxie turned that into a powerbomb, said announcer number 2. That's how impressive Moxie is, said announcer number 1. Moxie stands up then starts climbing up the ropes. Moxie is starting to climb, said announcer number 2. Moxie gets to the top rope then starts climbing up the cage wall. Twinkle is slowly moving, sees Moxie climbing, quickly stands up then grabs Moxie's left leg. Moxie is struggling. Twinkle hits the top rope. Moxie falls onto the top rope then groans. Oh, Moxie just landed on the top rope, said announcer number 1. Twinkle runs, bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring then drop kicks Moxie. Moxie goes into the cage wall. She groans then falls between the cage wall and the ropes. Oh man, that drop kick could have knocked Moxie out, said announcer number 2. Twinkle is looking at Moxie. Moxie is groaning. Twinkle turns her head, looks at the cage door then smiles. This might be Twinkle's chance, said announcer number 1. Twinkle stands up then walks towards the cage door. Twinkle is gonna become our new champion, said announcer number 2. Twinkle starts to go through the middle rope. Moxie quickly stands up, runs at Twinkle then does a jumping knee onto her. Twinkle's head goes into the cage wall. She groans then falls between the cage wall and the ropes. Twinkle is right next to the open door, said announcer number 1. Moxie grabs Twinkle's legs, then pulls her. Shut it, said Moxie. The cage door shuts. Moxie wants this match to continue, said announcer number 2. Moxie picks Twinkle up then whips her into the corner. Twinkle groans. Moxie approaches Twinkle then continuously punches her all over her body. Twinkle continuously groaning. Moxie walks away, stops, looks at Twinkle, runs towards her then does a jumping knee into her chest. Twinkle groans then falls onto the mat. Moxie's getting her momentum, said announcer number 1. Moxie picks Twinkle up, lifts then slams her onto the mat. Twinkle groans. Moxie points at the corner. The crowd is cheering. Moxie goes through the middle rope then climbs up the turnbuckle. Here it comes. Moxie's top rope elbow drop, said announcer number 2. Moxie stands up on the top turn buckle. Twinkle rolls out of the way. I don't know if Twinkle did that out of instinct or not, said announcer number 1. Moxie jumps onto the mat then approaches Twinkle. Twinkle kicks Moxie's stomach. Moxie groans then turns around. Twinkle rolls Moxie up. Moxie's head goes into the bottom rope then she holds her head. Oh man, that could have injured Moxie's neck, said announcer number 2. Twinkle stands up then smiles. I think Twinkle might win this time. She seems more confident, said announcer number 1. Twinkle stands up then starts climbing up the ropes. Twinkle's making a break for it, said announcer number 2. Twinkle gets to the top rope then starts climbing up the cage wall. Moxie is crawling towards the cage door. Look, Moxie's crawling towards the cage door. The cage door opens. Moxie continues crawling towards the cage door. Twinkle looks down at Moxie, sees her crawling towards the open cage door, jumps onto the mat, runs then hits her. Moxie groans. Oh, if Twinkle didn't look, Moxie would have won the match, said announcer number 1. Twinkle pulls Moxie away from the open cage door. Shut it, said Twinkle. The cage door shuts. Was that a smart idea? asked announcer number 2. Twinkle wants to make sure Moxie's down, said announcer number 1. Twinkle picks Moxie up, looks at the cage, then smiles. What does Twinkles have in mind now? Asked announcer number 2. Twinkle sets Moxie up for a suplex. She's gonna suplex Moxie into the cage wall. That'll keep her down, said announcer number 1. Twinkle goes to lift Moxie. Moxie blocks the suplex. Twinkle tries lifting Moxie again. Moxie blocks the suplex again, turns around, then suplexes Twinkle into the cage wall. Twinkle groans, then holds her legs. Oh, that had to hurt, said announcer number 2. Moxie slowly stands up. Twinkle is holding her legs. Moxie picks Twinkle up, lifts her onto her right shoulder, then runs at the cage wall. Twinkle's head goes into the cage wall, then groans. Moxie is still holding Twinkle on her right shoulder, then runs at the opposite cage wall. Twinkle's head goes into the cage wall, then she groans again. Moxie is making sure Twinkle's down, said announcer number 1. Moxie turns around, then does a running power slam onto Twinkle. Twinkle groans. Moxie grabs Twinkle's arm, then pulls her. What's Moxie doing? Asked announcer number 2. I'm not sure, said announcer number 1. Moxie goes through the middle rope, climbs up the turnbuckle, then gets to the top rope. She's going for her elbow drop, said announcer number 2. Moxie walks along the top rope, jumps off of it, then does an elbow drop onto Twinkle. Twinkle groans. Moxie's elbow connects, said announcer number 1. Moxie stands up, looks at the cage door, goes to walk, then stops. Why'd she stop? Asked announcer number 2. I don't know, said announcer number 1. Moxie looks down at Twinkle, picks her up, runs, then throws her through the middle ropes. Twinkle goes into the cage wall, then falls between it and the ropes. Twinkle is out for sure, said announcer number 2. Moxie walks towards the cage wall. The cage door opens. Moxie goes through the middle rope, looks at Twinkle laying against the cage wall, then walks down the steel stairs. Bell dings. Here's your winner and still the XX champion, Moxie, said announcer number 3. Referee number 1 hands the title to Moxie, then raises her left arm. Moxie raises the title. Congratulations to Moxie for retaining her title, said announcer number 1. I really thought at some moments Twinkle was gonna win, said announcer number 2. So did I. Twinkle fought with everything she had, but in the end, Moxie retains her title. Well folks, up next the tag team champions will defend their titles against 2 of Hatred Slam's wrestlers, said announcer number 1. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for 1 fall and is for the tag team championships. Introducing the challengers. First, Hellfire and the Hallowed. And their opponents, they are the tag team champions, Revanger and the Strangler, said announcer number 3. Both Revanger and the Strangler raise their titles, then hand them to referee number 2. Referee number 2 raises the titles, walks towards the ropes, then hands them to man number 1. Bell dings. Looks like both Hellfire and Revanger will start this match off, said announcer number 2. Revanger runs at Hellfire, then jumps at him. Hellfire groans, then falls into the ropes. Revanger is punching Hellfire. Hellfire is groaning, then pushes Revanger. Revanger staggers backwards, then runs at Hellfire. Hellfire clotheslines Revanger. Revanger groans, then stands up. Hellfire punches Revanger. Revanger falls into the corner. Hellfire continuously punching Revanger. Revanger continuously groaning. Hey, get out of the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. said referee number 2. Hellfire turns toward referee number 2. Referee number 2 walks backwards. That tells you how scary Hellfire is, said announcer number 1. Hellfire turns around. Revenger kicks Hellfire's stomach, grabs his head then bounces it off the top turnbuckle. Hellfire groans. Revenger continuously kicking Hellfire. Hellfire continuously groaning. Hey, get out of the corner, Revenger, said referee number 2. Revenger walks backwards. Hellfire stands up in the corner. Revenger whips Hellfire. Hellfire reverses it. Revenger goes into the opposite corner, then he groans. Hellfire runs at Revenger. Revenger boots Hellfire. Hellfire groans, then staggers away. Revenger jumps onto the second rope, leaps off of it, then goes to clothesline Hellfire. Hellfire does a throat thrust onto Revenger. Revenger falls onto the mat, then gasps. What a throat thrust, said announcer number 1. Hellfire covers Revenger. 1, 2. Revenger kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. Hellfire looks at referee number 2, grabs Revenger's left arm, then drags him toward his corner. The Hallowed tags Hellfire's back, goes through the middle rope, then kicks Revenger. Revenger groans. The Hallowed picks Revenger up, lifts, then slams him onto the mat. The Hallowed covers Revenger. Is this it? Asked announcer number 2. 1, 2. Revenger kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. The Hallowed picks Revenger up. Revenger wraps his hands around the Hallowed's head, then does a jawbreaker onto him. The Hallowed groans. Revenger crawls towards the Strangler. The Strangler holds out his right hand. The Hallowed grabs Revenger's left leg. Revenger tries reaching for the Strangler. The Hallowed pulls Revenger backwards, runs, then hits the Strangler. The Strangler falls off the ledge of the ring. Smart move by Hallowed. Get rid of your opponent's partner, said announcer number 1. The Hallowed turns around. Revenger does a back body drop onto the Hallowed. The Hallowed groans. What a back body drop by Revenger, said announcer number 2. Now he needs to make a tag to Strangler, said announcer number 1. Both Revenger and the Hallowed are crawling, then tagging both Hellfire's and the Strangler's right hands. Both Hellfire and the Strangler go through the middle rope. Hellfire goes to punch the Strangler. The Strangler ducks, runs, then bounces off of the ropes. Hellfire turns around. The Strangler does a jumping shoulder block onto Hellfire, stands up, bounces off of on the opposite side of the ring ropes, then does another jumping shoulder block onto him. Hellfire groans, then stands up in the corner. The Strangler runs at Hellfire, then does a corner body splash onto him. Hellfire groans. The Strangler runs, then bounces off of the ropes. Hellfire clotheslines the Strangler hard. The Strangler groans. What a clothesline, said announcer number 2. Hellfire covers the Strangler. 1, 2. Revenger lands onto Hellfire. 2, said referee number 2. The Hallowed slides into the ring, then superkicks Revenger. Revenger groans, falls onto the mat, then rolls outside of the ring. What a superkick, said announcer number 1. I don't think Hallowed's done yet, said announcer number 2. Revenger stands up outside of the ring. The Hallowed appears on the top turnbuckle, jumps off of it, then lands onto Revenger. Both Revenger and the Hallowed land onto the floor, then groan. Hellfire whips the Strangler into the corner, then runs at him. The Strangler boots Hellfire. Hellfire staggers away. The Strangler jumps onto the second rope, then leaps at Hellfire. Hellfire catches the Strangler by his throat. Is this it? Asked announcer number 1. The Strangler kicks Hellfire's stomach. Hellfire groans. The Strangler moves Hellfire's right hand, spins around, then hits him with a forearm. Hellfire groans, then turns around. The Strangler tries locking in a dragon sleeper onto Hellfire. Hellfire might be too big for that submission, said announcer number 2. Hellfire elbows the Strangler. The Strangler groans, walks away, then runs at Hellfire. Hellfire boots the Strangler. The Strangler groans. What a boot to Strangler's face, said announcer number 1. Hellfire picks the Strangler up, then whips him into the corner. The Strangler groans. Hellfire runs at the Strangler, then does a corner body splash onto him. The Strangler groans, then walks out of the corner. Hellfire lifts the Strangler, then does a sidewalk slam onto him. The Strangler groans. Hellfire covers the Strangler. 1, 2. The Strangler kicks out. 2, said announcer number 2. Hellfire stands up, goes through the middle rope, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Time for Hellfire to fly, said announcer number 1. Hellfire gets to the top turnbuckle. The Strangler stands up, then turns around. Hellfire jumps off of the top turnbuckle, then does a flying clothesline onto the Strangler. The Strangler groans. Hellfire stands up, then raises his right hand. I think we're about to have new tag team champions, said announcer number 2. The Hallowed whips Revanger. Revanger reverses it. The Hallowed goes into the barricade, then groans. Man, Hallowed hit hard, said announcer number 1. Revanger grabs a tag title. The Strangler stands up. Hellfire grabs the Strangler by his throat, then lifts him. Revanger slides into the ring, then swings the title. The title hits Hellfire's back. Hey, what are you doing? Ring the bell, said referee number 2. Bell dings. Here's your winners by disqualification, Hellfire and the Hallowed. But still your tag team champions, Revanger and the Strangler, said announce number 3. Hellfire is leaning against the ropes, then turns around. Revanger swings the title again. The title hits Hellfire's head. Hellfire falls onto the mat. Revanger grabs the Strangler's right arm, then pulls him outside of the ring. The Hallowed slides into the ring. Both Revanger and the Strangler are standing on the stage. Revanger raises the titles. Oh man, Revanger outsmarted both Hellfire and Hallowed, said announcer number 2. That he did. He knew Hellfire and Hallowed would win, so he disqualified themselves, said announcer number 1. The Hallowed helps Hellfire stand up. Hellfire looks at the Hallowed, then grabs him by his throat. No, don't do it, Hellfire. It wasn't his fault, said announcer number 2. Hellfire is staring at the Hallowed. You screwed me, said Hellfire, lifting the Hallowed, then chokeslamming him. The Hallowed groans. Hellfire grabs the Hallowed by his throat again, picks him up, lifts him up, then chokeslams him again. The Hallowed groans. Hellfire looks up, goes through the middle rope, approaches the bell area, then grabs a steel chair. No, don't do that, said announcer number 1. Hellfire starts to walk towards the ring. Security slides into the ring, then kneels next to the Hallowed. Hellfire drops the steel chair, walks around the ring, then goes up the ramp. Man, ever since he lost those titles, he's been on a rampage, injuring morphos, attacking his partners, said announcer number 2. Hellfire is a dangerous person. Well, folks, we now turn our attention to the Transcontinental Championship, said announce number 1. The Stalker appears sitting in the locker room, puts on his knee pads, then stands up. The locker room door opens, then shuts. The Stalker looks to his right. Hello, hello, is someone there? Hello? Asked the stalker, looking around, then turns. Snake hits the stalker's back. The stalker groans, then falls onto the floor. Snake continuously kicking the stalker. The stalker continuously groaning. Snake is attacking stalker. They were supposed to have a match, said announcer number 2. Snake grabs a steel chair, then swings it. The steel chair hits the stalker back. The stalker groans. Snake swings the steel chair again. The steel chair hits the stalker's back again. Snake rams the steel chair into the stalker's right side. The stalker groans, then holds his right side. Snake swings the steel chair again. The steel chair hits the stalker back a third time. The stalker groans. Snake walks, then places the steel chair into an opening. What is Snake doing? Asked announcer number 1. Snake picks the stalker up, then grabs his head. You don't deserve that title. You're nothing but a weak and selfish person. I deserve that title. And I'll prove it, said Snake, running, then throws the stalker into the steel chair. The stalker groans, then holds his head. Snake standing over the stalker, then smiles. The paramedics appear. Get out, not here. Snake, go, said referee number 3. Snake continues smiling, then walks away. Oh, man, that was a really bad assault by Snake, said announcer number 2. Yes, it was. And Snake said, and quat, he deserves that title, and quat. Why not wait until their match? Asked announcer number 1. These people just want a title and not fight for it anymore, said announcer number 2. That's what it seems like anymore. Well, folks, as we turn our attention to our main event, said announcer number 1. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall, is a no-holds-barred match, and is for the Global Championship. Introducing the challengers first, Pegasus, and his opponent, he is the Global Champion, Pincher, said announcer number 3. Pincher raises the title, then hands it to referee number 4. Referee number 4 raises the title, walks towards the ropes, then hands it to number 1. Bell dings. Both Pegasus and Pincher walk around the ring. Pegasus holds out his right hand. Pincher looks at Pegasus, then shakes his hand. Well, at least some still have respect for each other, said announcer number 2. Well, let's just see how the match unfolds, said announcer number 1. Both Pegasus and Pincher lock up. Pincher puts a headlock onto Pegasus. Pegasus groans, bounces Pincher off of the ropes, then pushes him. Pincher bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring. Pegasus does a shoulder block. Pincher falls onto the mat. Pegasus bounces off of the ropes on the side of the ring, then jumps over Pincher. Pincher quickly stands up, then does a hip toss onto Pegasus. Pegasus groans, then kneels onto the mat next to the ropes. Both Pegasus and Pincher are looking at each other, then smiling. Pegasus stands up, then claps. Both Pegasus and Pincher lock up again. Pincher pushes Pegasus into the corner. Hey, get out of the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both Pegasus and Pincher raise their arms. Come on, Pincher, said referee number 4. Pincher walks backwards. Pegasus walks out of the corner. Both Pegasus and Pincher lock up a third time. Pegasus pushes Pincher into their corner. Pegasus pushes Pincher into the corner this time, said announcer number 2. Hey, get out of the corner, Pegasus, said referee number 4. Both Pegasus and Pincher raise their arms, then look at each other. Pegasus walks backwards. Pincher walks out of the corner. Both Pegasus and Pincher lock up a fourth time. Pegasus rolls Pincher onto the mat. Both Pegasus and Pincher stand up. Pincher goes to superkick Pegasus. Pegasus steps backwards. Pincher smiles. "That close," said Pincher. Pegasus smiles. "Pegasus realized it could be over that quickly," said announcer number 1. Both Pegasus and Pincher walk around the ring, then go to lock up. Pegasus kicks Pincher's stomach. Pincher groans. Pegasus lifts Pincher onto his right shoulder. Pincher is squirming, lands onto his feet behind. Pegasus then rolls outside of the ring. Both Pegasus and Pincher look at each other. "That close," said Pegasus, smiling. Pincher smiles, then nods his head. "All right," said Pincher, climbing onto the ledge of the ring, then goes through the middle rope. "Pincher just realized it too," said announcer number 2. Both Pegasus and Pincher walk around the ring, then go to lock up. Pincher kicks Pegasus's stomach. Pegasus groans. Pincher whips Pegasus into the corner, runs at him, then goes for a jumping body splash. Pegasus moves. Pincher's head hits the top turnbuckle. He groans, then turns around. Pegasus punches Pincher. Pincher groans, then walks along the ropes. Pegasus bounces Pincher off of the ropes, then does a back elbow onto him. Pincher groans. Pegasus covers Pincher. 1, 2. Pincher kicks out. 2, said referee number 4. Pegasus almost had Pincher, but he needs to do more, especially against the champion, said announcer number 1. Pegasus stands up, picks Pincher up, bounces him off of the ropes, then goes to clothesline him. Pincher ducks, then bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring. Pegasus turns around. Pincher does a jumping clothesline onto Pegasus. Pegasus groans. "Nice jumping clothesline," said announcer number 2. Pincher picks Pegasus up, then whips him into the corner. Pegasus groans. Pincher runs at Pegasus, then does a jumping body splash onto him. Pegasus groans. Pincher runs, then bounces off of the ropes. Pegasus does a back body drop onto Puncher. Pincher groans. "What a back body drop," said announcer number 1. Both Pegasus and Pincher are laying on the mat, then slowly stand up. Pegasus stands up, then runs at Pincher. Pincher lifts Pegasus over the top rope. Pegasus lands onto the floor, then groans. "Pincher just set Pegasus flying," said announcer number 2. Pincher is leaning against the ropes, goes through the middle of them, then stands onto the ledge of the ring. Pegasus slowly stands up. Pincher runs, then jumps off of the ledge of the ring. Pegasus does a scoop power slam onto the floor. Pincher groans. "What a scoop power slam onto the floor. Pincher has to be in pain," said announcer number 1. Pegasus stands up, walks towards the bell area, then grabs a steel chair. "Here comes the first weapon of the match," said announcer number 2. Pincher slowly stands up. Pegasus raises the steel chair. Pincher kicks Pegasus's stomach. Pegasus groans, then drops the steel chair. Pincher grabs Pegasus's head, then bounces it off the ring post. Pegasus groans, then falls onto his knees. Pincher just set Pegasus into the ring post, said announcer number 1. Pincher stands up, picks up the steel chair, then looks at Pegasus. "I don't like Pincher's intentions with that chair," said announcer number 2. Pegasus stands up next to the ring post. Pincher swings the steel chair. Pegasus ducks. The steel chair hits the ring post. Pincher drops the steel chair, groans, then turns around. Pegasus kicks Pincher's stomach. Pincher groans. Pegasus grabs Pincher's head, then bounces it off the announce table. Pincher groans. Pegasus continuously bounces Pincher's head off the announce table. Pincher continuously groaning then goes limp. I believe Pincher's out, said announcer number 1. Pegasus walks, grabs the steel stairs then drags them towards the announce table. Pegasus has a plan, said announcer number 2. Pegasus moves Pincher, then clears off the announce table. Look out, said Pegasus. Announcer number 1 and announcer number 2 quickly move. This ain't gonna be good for Pincher, said announce number 1. Pegasus grabs Pincher. Both Pegasus and Pincher walk up the steel stairs. Pegasus lifts Pincher onto his right shoulder. Pincher is squirming then lands onto his feet behind Pegasus. Pegasus turns around. Pincher lifts Pegasus into his right shoulder. Pegasus is squirming, lands onto his feet behind Pincher then pushes him off the steel stairs. Pincher lands onto his feet onto the floor then turns around. Pegasus jumps off of the steel stairs then does a clothesline onto Pincher. What a clothesline by Pegasus, said announcer number 2. Pegasus stands up, sees the steel chair then picks it up. Pincher is slowly standing up. Pegasus swings the steel chair. The steel chair hits Pincher's head. Pincher falls onto the floor. What a chair shot to Pincher, said announce number 1. Pegasus drops the steel chair, picks Pincher up then sets him up for a powerbomb. Is Pegasus gonna powerbomb Pincher through our announce table? Asked announcer number 2. Pegasus lifts Pincher. Pincher punches Pegasus's head then lands onto his feet behind him. Pegasus turns around. Pincher superkicks Pegasus. Pegasus groans, then lays onto the announce table. What a superkick by Pincher, said announce number 1. And now Pegasus is laid out on our announce table, said announcer number 2. Pincher stands up, sees Pegasus laying on the announce table then nods his. Pincher must have an idea, said announcer number 1. Pincher picks up the ring skirt then pulls out a ladder. That's what he wants, said announcer number 2. Pincher sets up the ladder next to the announce table, starts climbing up it, gets to the top then looks down at Pegasus. This is a crazy idea, said announcer number 1. Pincher stands up onto the top of the ladder, then jumps off of it. Pegasus moves. Pincher goes through the announce table. Oh my God, Pincher just went through our announce table, said announce number 2. That's crazy. That's insane. Especially at that height, said announcer number 1. I don't even know what he was going for, asked announcer number 2. Maybe a body splash, an elbow drop. We'll never know now, said announcer number 1. Pegasus stands up, walks towards Pincher then picks him up. Pincher's out of it. Just throw him into the ring and pin him, said announcer number 2. Pegasus throws Pincher into the ring. Pincher stops rolling. Pegasus slides into the ring then hooks Pincher's right leg. 1, 2. Pincher kicks out. 2, said referee number 4. Pincher kicked out, said announcer number 1. How? He fell through our announce table. He got hit with a chair, said announcer number 2. He's our champion. That's how, said announcer number 1. Pegasus stands up, picks Pincher up, then lifts him onto his right shoulder. Here comes Pegasus's finishing move, said announcer number 2. This'll definitely put Pincher away, said announce number 1. Pincher is squirming then lands onto his feet behind Pegasus. Pegasus turns around then runs at Pincher. Pincher sidesteps Pegasus. Pegasus goes through the middle ropes, lands onto his feet outside of the ring then pulls himself up onto the ledge of the ring. Pincher quickly stands up, then superkicks Pegasus. Pegasus falls onto the floor. Pincher just superkicked Pegasus. But now they're both out of it, said announcer number 2. The first one to their feet will definitely have the advantage, said announcer number 1. Both Pegasus and Pincher are slowly moving. Pegasus stands up outside of the ring. Pincher looks at Pegasus, runs, bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, jumps over the top of them, then lands onto him. Both Pegasus and Pincher are laying on the floor. Where did Pincher find the strength to do that? Asked announcer number 2. He's getting his second wind, said announcer number 1. Pincher stands up, grabs Pegasus, picks him up, then lifts him onto his right shoulder. Pegasus is squirming, lands onto his feet behind Pincher, then lifts him onto his right shoulder. Oh my God, Pegasus reversed it, said announcer number 2. Pegasus sets Pincher up, then does a reverse vertical pile driver onto the floor. Pincher goes limp. Pegasus just connected with his finisher. Outside the ring, said announcer number 1. Pincher's definitely out, said announcer number 2. Pegasus covers Pincher. Pegasus inside the ring. You can't pin outside of the ring, said referee number 4. Pegasus sighs, stands up, picks Pincher up, then rolls him into the ring. Pincher stops rolling. Pegasus slides into the ring, then hooks Pincher's right leg. This could be it, said announcer number 1. 1, 2. Pincher barely kicks out. 2, said referee number 4. Pincher kicked out. Pincher kicked out of Pegasus's finisher, said announcer number 2. Pincher's the second person to ever kick out of it, said announcer number 1. Pegasus stands up, picks Pincher up, then lifts him onto his right shoulder. Pincher is squirming, lands onto his feet behind Pegasus, then walks towards the corner. Pegasus approaches. Pincher elbows Pegasus. Pegasus groans, walks away, then turns around. Pincher superkicks Pegasus. Pincher just superkicked Pegasus. Cover him, Pincher, said announcer number 2. Pincher is crawling towards Pegasus, then puts his left arm onto him. 1, 2. Pegasus barely kicks out. 2, said referee number 4. You've got to be kidding me. How'd Pegasus kick out now? Asked announcer number 1. Pincher is slowly moving, grabs the ropes, then pulls himself up. Pegasus is slowly standing up. Pincher goes to superkick Pegasus. Pegasus ducks. Pincher turns around. Pegasus lifts Pincher onto his right shoulder, then does a reverse vertical pile driver onto him. Pegasus got it again, said announcer number 2. This is definitely it, said announcer number 1. Pegasus grabs Pincher's legs. 1, 2. Pincher barely kicks out. 2, said referee number 4. Pincher kicked out at the last second, said announcer number 2. This match is gonna be unforgettable, said announcer number 1. Pegasus rolls outside of the ring, grabs the steel chair, then slides back inside it. Just hit Pincher. That's how you'll win, said announcer number 2. Pegasus places the steel chair onto the mat, grabs Pincher, picks him up, then lifts him onto his right shoulder. Pincher is squirming, then lands onto his feet behind Pegasus. Pegasus turns around. Pincher superkicks Pegasus. What, another superkick, said announcer number 1. Both men are down, said announcer number 2. Both Pegasus and Pincher are slowly moving. Pegasus shakes his head, grabs the steel chair, then stands up. Pincher stands up. Pegasus swings the steel chair. Pincher ducks. Pegasus turns around. Pincher superkicks the steel chair. The steel chair goes into Pegasus's face. Pegasus falls onto the mat. Pincher hooks Pegasus's right leg. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell, said referee number 4. Bell dings. Here's your winner and still the global champion, Pincher, said announcer number 3. Pincher survives another title defense, said announcer number 1. I can't believe it. I thought Pegasus had the match won. But somehow Pincher pulled it off, said announcer number 2. Pincher has a lot of heart and fighting will. Congratulations to Pincher on a great title defense, said announcer number 1. Pincher stands up. Referee number 4 hands the title to Pincher. Pincher grabs the title. Referee number 4 raises Pincher's right arm. Pincher turns around. Pegasus is slowly standing up, then looking at Pincher. Pincher holds out his right hand. Pegasus shakes Pincher's hand, then hugs him. Thank you for this opportunity, said Pegasus. Thank you for a great match, said Pincher. Pegasus grabs Pincher's left arm, then raises it. What a show of respect by both men, said announcer number 2. They both fought hard, and they deserve this moment. Well, folks, we want to thank you for watching. Be safe out there and good night, said announcer number 1. Bye-bye, said announcer number 2, waving. Pegasus raises Pincher's left arm again. The crowd is cheering. The end.